Okay, there we go. So welcome to the team call. I'm so excited that you are here, that you guys are able to watch the recording or make it live. These team huddles happen the first and third Thursday of the month. And today we're going to go over what we call a brain dump. I'm going to do a little bit of celebrations and shout outs before we even start the call by sharing a few things. And then I'm looking for one thing really quick before I start. Because, okay, here we go. I wanted to do, so my coach, Michelle, always starts her calls so this is the Be Well coaches team. And then her team is Team Give. So if I use the word Team Give, like that's what I'm talking about. It's my coach's bigger team. So I'm going to just start us with a prayer and then we'll go in from there. So Jesus, we just praise you and we thank you for all the blessings you've bestowed on us. I thank you so much for this team and the people you've brought to us. I'm in constant awe of your generosity. And I pray for each one of our coaches and customers, then ask that you bless them in a special way and help them along their journey. Help us to grow as a team and truly work together as one team that gives generously and has you as the utmost importance. Without a doubt, you as our focus and serving others, we will achieve the greatness you've called us to be and look. And thank you, Jesus. In your name, we pray. Amen. So I just want to make sure that we kind of keep like our focus as we go through things. And I know for me, God is a big focus of mine. So I am going to share my screen. And we normally do wins at the beginning of calls, but because we're doing this like brain dump, I actually want to do a win at the end of the call. Let's go here. Where is my share screen button? I swear it was just there. There it is. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna share with you guys our wins. So thankfully Neil remembered and put these together before he went into work today. So in October, we ended up having 7 new coaches join. Crystal is a brand new coach on our team. She signed up with Stephanie and she got herself to Emerald in her first month as a coach. So that's a really big deal. So huge congrats to Crystal. I ended up having 2 coaches that joined last month and Stephanie had 3 total coaches that joined last month. And I can't remember if Crystal was one of her 3 or if Crystal was the month before, but that's still so awesome. So far we, in October, not so far, but in the month of October, we had 11 people that we definitely for sure impacted the lives of. So these are the Success Club numbers. So if this is your first time seeing this, Success Club is achieved when you help somebody with a total solution pack. So most people get started with a total solution pack. Those are the packs that include Shakeology, a year of Beachbody on demand, and then they also include the option to have BODI for 30 days free. BODI is Body Interactive. So that's BOD Interactive. That's our interactive platform where you can join into the workouts live, where you have access to the full nutritional coaching programs, 2B Mindset, and Ultimate Portion Fix. So when somebody gets a challenge pack, those are still on sale, guys. So they ended up extending the October sale into all of November as well. So those packs are still $139. So I just round up $140, which is really awesome. Like that's a super value to people. So if you have somebody with a pack, and a pack would include a year of Beachbody on demand, their option to keep BODI, Bod Interactive or not, for 30 days free. And then their choice. So normally people choose Shakeology, but their choice of Shakeology, Energize, and Recover, which is the pre and post workout, or our Glow and Go package is now included in that. And Jess, you might not have even known that. But or maybe you do, but that's our Energize, Hydrate, and Collagen. Now comes in a total solution pack. So really cool that they added those in. So we helped 11 people with those packs last month. And then this is the monthly volume. So that's all the previous 5 weeks. And that does not include your personal orders. So volume is basically about how much you sold. Because volume almost goes dollar for dollar. So this is what you've helped other people with. I want to give a huge shout out to Stephanie there with the 715. That is, we always aim for 500. So that is above 500. I think this might be her first or second month hitting that. So that's really, really cool. Neil, my husband, is very close to hitting that. And then I've hit that for a while. Jenny is also really close to hitting that 500 benchmark. And then huge shout out to Cody, because I know that she's been working on some things and she was able to get 250. I'll just go ahead and share a little bit more. I'm sharing a little bit of these names that you kind of know. Morgan is one of our older coaches who doesn't work the business anymore, but she still has a lot of people that order from her, which is really cool. So she still makes a paycheck every week. Crystal is the brand new coach that you saw. So because she helped 2 people get started, she had 196 points. So that's kind of how that works. And I just wanted to point that out to you guys so that you kind of knew how that works. So Crystal helped 2 people with challenge packs, rank advanced herself to Emerald. She had 196 volume points, which is a really cool thing. So it's not too hard to get volume points. If she had helped, let's just do like the math really quick. If she had helped two people and she got almost 200 points. If she helped 3 more people, she would have definitely hit 500 points. So really cool. Volume is just a benchmark that really helps your business grow. You start accumulating everybody's volume. So I actually do get to accumulate everybody's volume once I open myself up to Emerald, which I mentioned at the top of the call. Emerald is when you have 2 coaches that join with you or 2 preferred customers that join with you. And that's exactly what Crystal did this last month. And that allows her to start earning the volume of anybody else that Stephanie or any of the other coaches that are in, because she's partnered with Stephanie, has created. So nothing to really like dive too deep into right now on that, but that's just kind of a general summary of what that is. So what we're going to do today is we are going to do a brain dump. I'm going to really quick check my Voxer, make sure that, I know Cody really wanted to be on this call. I'll quickly, I'm just going to text this to Cody. She might be really busy with kids, but I know that she really wanted to do this. So I'm just going to really quickly take a moment to do that. Okay. That way she's on it if she wants to be. All right, so I'm just opening the weekly accountability game plan. Oh, I'm going to share with you guys where this was again. So you don't have to have this printed by any means. It's helpful if you do, but you don't have to. I actually forgot to print mine. So I'm literally just going to do it on a different piece of paper. So if you are in the Be Well Coaches page, the team call right here that you'll see, that first comment. Oh, I just now saw Cody's comment. Hold on. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure Cody doesn't think I'm like totally bugging her. I just knew she wanted to be on. Anyway, so right here, that first comment that I have, I shared the Google Drive link. I may update this weekly accountability plan as we start to use it throughout this next month, if we feel like there's something that we could benefit from doing a little differently. So we're going to literally go into this. Now, I want to know really quick, you two that are on, girls, could you just tell me, are you able to do this right now? Because I know you guys both have your kids at home. I know I don't have mine at home right now, but is this something that you would be able to participate in like right now as we go through?
I can in just a couple of minutes.
Okay, so you sort of can.
At the call Dwight, call for backup.
Gotcha. Alina, Alina might be like with breastfeeding. I don't know, like, you know, I don't know where you're at, but you know what? Oh, are you unmuted? You can say, sorry.
Good morning. Yes, I'm here.
Yay. Okay. So you can do this right now. Okay, cool. Well, then we'll go through this process. And if you have any questions as you go through, just literally just unmute yourself and ask. I'm not fancy. I never know how to play music when I do that. I mean, I know how to play music, but I never get it queued up in time. So I'm not going to play any music. Like I said, you guys have kiddos at home. It's going to be a little bit different, but this is something just so you know, anybody watching the recording, as well as the 2 of you know, we might be doing this. Well, we are going to start doing these on Sunday nights. I'll share that in the team page. And I will definitely do better about sending out a weekly coach email with this information, but that way you can bring them every single week. We will either, like I said, do this Sunday, or we could possibly do it Friday. So I'll kind of ask in the coach page, the Be Well Coach page today. So look for a poll in there so I can get some feedback on that. But this has been something that I've done for a long time. I used to do it better than I do now, but I want to get back in the habit of it. And I realized that after talking to a few of you guys individually, that this would be a really good weekly habit to do. And we all need accountability with it right now. So we're going to do it together. So that's what today's call is going to be about. So I am going to set a timer. I'm just going to set a 6-minute timer. Actually, no, I'll give us 8 minutes. I'll give us a little bit more time. You may get through this list. You may not. Hopefully you can see my screen. Basically just go through and answer the questions. If you don't have an accountability buddy, maybe that's a spouse, maybe that's a girlfriend, or just put nobody, or just put Tamra if you don't have one, and then you can start to share your progress with me if you don't already do that. So let's go ahead and push start. I'm going to mute myself as well, because you'll hear my dog snoring if I don't. Got about 2.5 minutes left. All right. My alarm is about to go off. So I know for me that was just the first part of this brain dump and accountability check, but it really helps me to just go ahead and remember, okay, I had some awesome things that happened this week. What are some next things for next week? And that whole like struggles and stresses and overcoming them, that's very helpful for me to just kind of know, oh, like I realized that I am currently struggled with like a balance between time of one of my businesses and my other business, but I really want to make time for both. Oh, well, that's fine. Like you can block out this time. So it just kind of showed me like, oh, well, that's fine. You just need to block out a little bit time better and really follow through on that. Anything that you guys want to ask questions about before I go on to the next? Oh, I just realized I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to pull the chat up. And why I'm pulling up the participants is because sometimes people pop on and I don't know if you all popped on without seeing it right there. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go on to the next one. So this is what am I inviting to this week? And we're going to circle one. So your goal is to focus on what am I inviting to this week? Alina, you're brand new. I would say that you can choose, but you could also do what most of us are doing right now, which is, I would say go here. So in the Be Well Coaches page, on featured, sorry, it used to be called announcements, but it's the featured button. Right here is a team call calendar or a team calendar, not a team call calendar, team calendar. And I ended up kind of brain dumping right here. What you could be potentially doing. So invite people to the $7 day pass of BOD. You can do that, or you can just be inviting people to regular Beachbody on Demand access, kind of like we've talked about in the other coaching calls. You and I need to set up a call just so that you know, to just kind of go over and make some stuff clearer. So invite 15 people to the coaching call. This is like what Tamara is definitely doing. And people always ask, what am I doing? So I want you to have that. And then you can just follow suit because that makes it easy. So I work 4 days a week. So I know that I need to invite just about like why am I so bad at math? Like 5 to 4 people a day to coaching for me to actually have that. If I want to make sure that I still have that day off this next week, I think I actually have all 5 days to work. Oh no, because Veterans Day, never mind. I'll have the kids home with me that day. So anyways, so I will be working those other days. So I'll have 4 days again. So when I start to share, I'm going to be sharing about the coach opportunity, my vision for the future, sharing about how people, I don't really share, I don't know why I put the fast start bonus. It's not really something that I share about. I normally share that new coaches, when you guys get started, this is something when I'm talking to people about the coach opportunity, if they start to tell me what it is that they're interested in, if they're really like, if there's somebody that's already into fitness and maybe they've already done some of our workouts before, I'm like, you could actually be in a program test group for some of those workouts. So Alina, you still have the option to do that, to be in a program test group for the next program that launches. And that's really cool. That basically what that means. And Jessica was in one of these. She was in one of the test groups for our pre and postnatal boot camp. And what that means is you get access to the trainer at a different level. You get to test it before everybody else gets to test it. And you're in like a Facebook group or a Beachbody on Demand group, and you're getting to try the program before everybody else does, which is a really cool opportunity. But just share your story. So how do we do this? Yeah, it's super awesome. And then I guess I'll share really quick what the fast start bonus is. I don't know how it's been impacted. So Beachbody's just done a handful of changes over the last month, and I'm just not completely up to date. So I don't want to say a wrong thing or a right thing, but I know that if you have 5 new coaches, I don't know if preferred customers are counted in this. I think it's still only coaches. If you have 5 new coaches that start within a 5-week period on your team and get like all of them get that all access pack, then you get $100 bonus check. Like they just put another $100 in your paycheck, which is so cool. And you're going to make more than $100. Like each of those packs that you sell, you're going to get like between $40 to $65, just depending on if you add on extra products for them. So really cool. The sneak peek that we do have going on is, let me just make this a little bit smaller because I know this is really big. I just really wanted to zoom in because it's hard to see. So the sneak peek is right here. It's on the 16th. So that's why for this whole week, you invite to it and you let people know like, hey, I'm doing this new coaching thing. It's been really interesting. I'm really loving what I'm learning. I would love for you to be on this journey with me. Would you check it out next Tuesday? And then they say yes or no, like if they would check it out or not. And if they say yes, and then maybe they can't make the time, you can always ask, is it cool if I send you, like, if I was to send you the recording, would you watch it? And that's where they would say yes or no. And you just follow up with them afterwards. So very easy. That should be like a very simple invite, just like, hey, I'm doing this coaching thing. It's been really cool and exciting for me. Would you be interested in checking it out? And then you don't have to share a ton of details with them. Like if they ask you for more details, you can just say like, I'm new at this. I'm not really sure where I'm going with it, but it seems like it's a lot of fun, a lot of positivity, or whatever it is that you're gaining from it. And just say, but we have a call next Tuesday. Could I just invite you to that? Like, would you be able to watch that? And so just keep it really simple. Let's see here. Where was I going with this? I think that's all. So that's just kind of where this next thing is going. Oh, and I wanted to point out, I think on this document that I have for the weekly accountability game plan, just so you guys know, on the last page, this page, I put that the team call is Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. That time is not correct. I need to update that. So just know that our team call, I'm going to go back to this image. Oops, I'm going to go back to this image. There's a 7 p.m. Sorry, that's an OM, 7 p.m. new coach call on the 9th. So if you're new here and you're wondering what Emerald is, definitely be on that call. So that is again, November 9th at 7. And then at 8, there's a Fit Legacy call. I can look and see what that call theme is really quick. Not everybody has access to this calendar. This is where I sign up to help lead calls. Letting your season serve you and your coaches through your life phases. So that's what that call is. And it's a guest speaker. So we have a coach from another team who's obviously been through some highs and lows and is going to share how to let those highs and lows serve you. So that's what that 8 p.m. call is about. So those are training calls. Our training calls are that evening. So those are the 2 coach calls besides the national wake up call. So again, if I go down here, I apologize, I've got too many tabs open. If I go down here, this is that same document that I was just in that I shared underneath the call link for today. And right here, the national wake up call, you can plug into that or not right now. If so like Jessica, I think you could probably start making sure that you're plugging into those. Alina, like that's totally, and tell me if I'm probably saying your name wrong. I need you to tell me how to say it. Like type out how I pronounce it. Cause mine is Tamara, like camera, and people always call me Tamara and I never correct them. And so I just want to make sure I'm saying yours right. I feel so bad. But the National Wake Up Call on Monday is something that I find very inspiring. It's very helpful. It was super helpful for me as a new coach to just kind of get motivated and inspired and keep going. Those are in the Team Beachbody Coach page, TBB Coach 411. That's a Facebook page, or you can listen to them on the Coach podcast. So the calls this week, again, there's a call on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. So that's 10 Central. And then there is the team calls Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. is Emerald in 24 hours, and 8 p.m. This is Central Time. And 8 p.m. is the one about serving yourself through the seasons. So those are the only 3 calls next week that we have. I always am on the calls. I listen to them on playback if I'm not on. So why I shared this? Why do I share this? Because the next part of the brain dump is to really go through and brain dump what all do I need to do this week. So we're going to need to focus on, I want you to focus on these squares. You can focus on the invites, like how many invite goals. So like I put that I want to have 15 people invited to the coach opportunity. And that I'm also like just going to still share with people about, the challenge group and the body day passes, but I'm not necessarily putting as much of an emphasis on that as I am on, hey, I just really want some people on that coach call next week. Like, I think that would be really cool to have a couple of people on that call for them to learn and see if it would be for them. And most of the time when I have people on those calls, if it's not for them and they haven't already joined with me on the boot camp side, they join on the boot camp side or the coach side. Like they normally join one or the other, whether it's this month or next or the month after. So that does help me a lot to grow my business, having them on those calls. So this is where we are going to take another, let's take 5 minutes. I know that that's not as much time as we gave the last thing. And I wish that we had more time, but my Zoom link will close out in about, my Zoom link closes out in about 20 minutes. So we can do 8 minutes. So I'll give ourselves 8 minutes. And this is where you brain dump. I talked to Jessica earlier and she had talked to me about like, oh, well, there's like things that I can't just do in 1 week that I need to brain dump. And my suggestion to her, which you may or may not have listened to this Voxer message yet, Jess, was, okay, this is where you go. And if you have like these big things, like these big tasks that are daunting to you, like I got to get a new washer and dryer, it was one of hers. And I'm just using this as an example, like we've got to figure out this cable box situation. Like it's not been working. And like, I just got to get somebody over here, but like, is it a me priority or a husband priority? This is where I like to, Neil and I do one of 3 things. One, we either write a note and we put it in an obnoxious spot. I don't like having stuff on the fridge, but I put it on the fridge and it's just like this ongoing note of things that we need to get done. Just ongoing things that need to get done. It's not necessarily like, oh my gosh, it has to happen this week. So that's where I brain dump the bigger stuff. You can do that. You could use Alexa and make a list of reminders or tasks to do. Just name it something like that so you and your spouse can go through it together. Or you can do the same thing. And Neil and I used to use Evernote for this. Evernote is a note sharing system and that you can access it from an app on your phone or from a computer, and you can share documents with each other. So just whatever makes sense for you if there's those bigger things. But right now, what you're brain dumping is those things that are really more like your things. Like it's not like the family needs to, like, it's not like a thing that you have to talk to your husband about as much unless if it's under this family thing. Like you can brain dump it there, but if it's something that needs to be shared on that bigger scale, like just make sure you and your spouse talk about it. So brain dump it here and then figure out a space where you and your spouse will talk about it. I know that was like a little long-winded. Jessica just asked me on the side note, like, what do we do about that type of stuff? So I shared that because I can sincerely doubt that she's going to be like, Dwight, please look over my notes that I took the other day on the team call. Like, and tell me when we can get these things done. But if her and Dwight decide on a common place and a common thing, they'll do that together. So, all right, I'm going to start the timer. I'm going to give us 7 minutes since I've jabbed for about 8 minutes. All right, so 7 minutes, just brain dump. What do I need to get done this week for my personal business? So for my Beachbody business, what do I need to get done for my personal life or for your own work life? What do I need to get done for my team? So if you have a team already, or you're trying to grow a team, maybe you're trying to get to Emerald. What do you need to get done? Maybe some people will come to mind that you need to make sure are on that call. What do me and my family have going on this week that we need to do? So just go ahead and brain dump that for the next 6.5 minutes. I need a new piece of paper. Oh, I'll mute myself so you guys don't hear me talking out loud.
Hey, Tamara. Is this like I'm struggling. This is like sort of like a to-do list of like what we need to do for each one of these areas for like the week, basically.
Yeah. So like for personal business, I put my posts planned. For personal life, and I'll have some other things that come out, but for personal life, like I have an acupuncture appointment on Monday. For family, I know that Braylon has gymnastics on Thursday. Neil has a conference Friday, Saturday. So like I know I'll be mom mode those 2 days. Team, this is where I'm going and making sure that I'm expanding. Well, actually, I'm going to call that my personal business. For me personally, is expanding my team outreach. And then for team, like I think I might change a little bit of a new coach document up. So if that kind of helps
Okay.
make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So this again could be like when you did that first page, when you talked about your obstacles and how you'll overcome them. So for me, I was having a little bit of an obstacle with the team call, not the team call, hold on, Alexa, pause. With the business coaching opportunity call. At first, I was supposed to host that call, and then Michelle and I switched calls. So I did last week's call, and she's going to host it. And my personality, I know I invite better when I'm hosting it. So I just need to talk to Michelle and see if I can co-host, or if I can have at least like a tiny bit of a part in it. And if not, that's okay. Just so that I personally have like more responsibility to invite. And that's just my personality. That's not everybody's personality. Most of the time, like I usually will invite to other people's sneak peeks, but I think because I already had it in my brain that I was going to be doing this one, and I honestly already made my marketing for the month as though I was hosting this one. I just need to talk to Michelle. So that was an obstacle, and I wrote down how to overcome it, and I put it right here in my personal business to talk to Michelle. Oh, okay. And our timer just went off. Okay, so I know that Zoom is telling us we have 4 minutes left. We are going to go straight into this social media game plan, and I'm going to look up the 21-day. Oh, Where'd it go? 21-day boot camp post. Let's see if this is the correct one. Oh no, those are my personal ones. Let me go here. Okay, I apologize. I wish that I had this up like for you guys beforehand, so I wasn't wasting time. So what we're gonna try to do is we are gonna try, because I know we only have 3 minutes left. Actually, do you guys want to? Let's share feedback really quick. Like share a little bit of your feedback with me. And what I'm going to do, since I already told you guys I am dedicated to doing this type of work once a week with the team, this was just kind of like a tryout session. I spent a little bit more time explaining as we go through this over and over again. I won't spend as much time explaining stuff because everybody on the team will start to get used to it. And the new people, I will explain it in a getting started right call, so that it makes the most use of this time. But I'm going to go here and I'm going over to grab the link really quick to the 21-day coach posts. Well, I would have loved to have started planning like some of those posts with you guys right now, so that everybody had a couple of posts planned for next week. That is not what is going to happen, because we're going to run out of time. And I'm not going to reopen the Zoom, I don't think, unless if you guys really want me to, because I'm thinking I can do this on Sunday.
I was going to say, yeah, if you wanted to restart it, I'm up for restarting it, but it's up to you.
You're up to? Okay, I'm okay to restart it. So those of you that are watching the playback, because I know like Cody, I think is going to watch the playback. And then, oh, I did not mean to move that. So what I'm going to do is, so on Sunday, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go through that brain dump again. So even if you two though that were on here, if you want to get on the Sunday call, and again, I'm going to put a poll in the team page, make sure Sunday works for anybody. And if it doesn't, we will figure out if Friday works better. Basically, I can do Sunday or Friday. Brain dumps need to happen before the week really starts, so that it makes the most sense. But basically, I will do this again on Sunday is what I'm thinking I will do. But again, I will get feedback from the team and we will make sure we make time for these posts. But I'm opening up these posts. We only have 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So I know it's going to kick us off. And then, so Jessica, you can log back in with me. We will go over this. Alina, if you want to pop back on, you can do this with us. And what we're going to do is we're literally just going to plan out our posts. We will spend, if you guys are cool with it, we can spend the next 15 minutes doing that, 15 minutes. I just need to be done by 10. So that's what the last little bit of the brain dump is truly like, okay, I brain dumped everything that I needed to get done for the week. If you have a calendar that you use, whether that's a family calendar, a planner, a digital planner, maybe you use Google, this thing down here, that thing, the calendar right there, and you plan stuff out that way, whatever works for you. I've done all sorts of things to plan and block out my time. But basically like make sure that all those family appointments are in there so that you don't forget those, so that your spouse knows that you still love and care about them, and that your kids still see that, and that you don't let things fall through. And then next, go through and you're saying, okay, for my personal business, I said I wanted to get my posts planned. When am I going to do that? Am I going to plan them out on the day of, or am I going to go and take the next 20 minutes to plan them out? That kind of thing. So I appreciate you girls so much for popping on. I'm going to log off. I'm going to use the same exact link, log back into Zoom, and we will plan our posts together. Again, I will do this Sunday. I'll put a post in the team page, Be Well Coaches, to get some feedback as to what time works for that. So, all right. Love you guys. I will see y'all in, or I'll definitely see Jess in a minute. So thank you.